That is a little bit of Nelly. And Gator's off in the corner dancing away to that, bringing back some good college memories for Gator. Gator, how are you?
I'm doing great, Moss. How are you?
I'm doing great, mate. Special edition podcast.
Oh, yeah.
You are excited. We got a special guest in the house tonight.
Yeah.
It's an Allegheny College ex-player / president. Are you excited?
Very excited.
Very excited.
Who is it?
Well, you know him. You know it. He's sitting right next to you. Patrick Feitt, welcome to Top of the League podcast studio. How are you doing?
Good, fellas. How are you doing tonight?
We're doing great. Thank you ever so much for coming out here today, Pat.
Oh, of course.
Bit of a trip out into the suburbs,
Yeah,
right?
just, bit of a journey.
A little bit of a
You live in
journey.
Dormont, right?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
And you're a busy man, Pat.
it's true.
Something we're trying to do on Top of the League podcast is we only want the best of the best in all aspects.
Wow.
Even, as of right now, rugby, but obviously the dream is for me to become Joe Rogan and Gator gets somewhat demoted and he becomes Jamie, But I still have to do the technical work. But what the game plan is, just to have the creme de la creme of all aspects of life. We had Derek Newbarrow, who for 20 years almost has been doing a really good job playing rugby. We've had Scout Cheeks. Today's a very special day. We got one of the rising referees in the region. Welcome to the studio, Pat.
Thank you, fellas. I'm honored to be here. Thanks for saying that.
Perfect.
Excited.
So, obviously, we want to touch base on so much, Pat. Obviously, you're a legend to Gator.
Oh, yeah. Looked up to him so much in college.
You did. Did you ever play with him in college, Gator?
No, he's a little bit older than me. Just
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay. So your paths never crossed.
No.
No, we had 1 year or so that neither of us were there, and then,
Okay.
yeah.
And now, had you heard the stories of Patrick Feitt, referee? Now, but back then, he was the treasurer for Allegheny College. He was the president. He was a player.
I didn't hear any Pat Fight stories until I started playing with South Pitt in the summers.
Okay. So that was the first experience you had to Patrick.
Yeah, our college, there's not much of a legacy that gets passed down. Like, I didn't really know anyone until we had, like, an alumni game my junior year.
Okay.
Like,
So, Patrick, you were a player up in Allegheny from 2004 to 2008. You were one of the smart men. You got out in 4 years.
Correct.
You did, indeed. And how did you get into playing rugby?
So, went to Allegheny. I was actually looking to play baseball there.
Interesting. You do love baseball, don't you?
Yeah, I'm a baseball guy. Played in high school. Was decent.
What was your position in baseball?
I was first base, or in high school baseball here you get to use a designated hitter. So I was the DH
okay.
when I wasn't playing first base.
Nice.
So
you got a bit of power.
Yeah, a little bit of power, a little bit more gap to gap power, as they say, RBIs and driving runs in, stuff like
Okay.
that. I wasn't hitting a lot of homers, but
You've
driving
used a
runs in.
lot of terms there, which I don't understand. But
You're talking to a foreigner.
yeah, I don't.
It's our cricket. It's our cricket.
It is.
Yeah,
and when
yeah.
you say Homer, you clearly mean Homer Simpson.
Correct.
Okay.
No Homer Simpsons in mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you play the old baseball.
So I thought I'd go out there, and baseball was my first thought. Small school Allegheny, so I thought I could make the team.
Nice, yeah.
Didn't work out.
Okay.
Looking back on it, probably one of the best things that happened. 'Cause
Yeah.
been doing rugby ever since. But,
And you would hate to be a major league professional player.
Yeah, it would get bored.
It
right?
would, yeah.
It would get boring. Like,
Those baseball
Just-
kids had no lives.
play every day. Like,
Yeah,
For-
like
no fun.
yeah, I like on a
Fancy Park,
serious.
it's ugly. Like, you got to be there half the time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that you're a bit sarcastic there. But I do like when you look at people's wages, right? And
Yeah.
like the baseball players, they get paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
But when you look at how much they're actually working, it's basically non-stop.
Right? I mean,
Like, what's the average amount of games a major league baseball player will play in a season?
out of 162, some guys will play them all.
And that's 162 games in a calendar year.
Yeah, and like
Jesus.
regular season is 6 months, and they put 162 in 6
Yeah.
months. Pitchers will be, if you're a starter, it's every 5 days. But
Yeah.
position players, some play the 162. Most of the good ones play at least like 130, 140.
Wow.
So,
Tiring.
Yeah.
You can see why the injuries would come in, yeah. Yeah. The old rotator cuff. Never heard of that as an injury until I heard about baseball.
Right.
Anyway, that is for, if you are interested in listening to baseball, tune into our second podcast, Moss with the lads talking about baseball. It's available on iTunes.
Fun fact.
Yep.
My only diagnosed concussion was from baseball.
You got hit in the head or hit with the bat?
Drilled in the head with a ball.
Nice. They're hard fuckers as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where were you standing? Was this in a proper game?
I was in the field, too. It was during warm-ups. I made a super cool team when I was
Okay.
14, I think. Pretty impressive. And catcher threw it down, tipped off the shortstop's glove, and just knocked me the fuck out.
Wow.
So,
And
then the thing was, I got up and played, and I went to field a ball at second base, and the ball was like 3 feet to my left. And that's when the coach came.
Yeah, he was like, okay.
That's a pretty big sign. Things aren't
I was
going
like,
right.
I wrestle, I'm tough, I can do it.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
And that has brought us full circle.
Yeah.
We're talking about baseball. We're talking about you having a concussion. Gator recently pulled your name up, Patrick, on the podcast about how you went out to Robert Morris. You were reffing a game.
Yes.
Some young lad got a head injury.
Yeah.
Tried to continue playing, and Pat, being the fantastic referee that you are, kind of said, I don't feel you're up for this, young lad.
Yeah.
Best for your own safety.
I remember it was halftime. I was actually over with Gator and some of the other South Pitt guys that came out to watch. We were chatting up while the break was happening, and we saw this player, believe he was their scrum half,
Yeah.
kind of like walking over towards me, and I turned right to get him. Like, I bet he comes over and tries to ask it back in the game. Like, I knew exactly what he was going to do, and it's exactly what he wanted to do, and unfortunately, you can't go back in. Especially head injury, he was already substituted regardless, but with head injury, you got to be safe there.
You got to. And obviously, say, for example, worst case scenario, he comes back in when clearly he shouldn't.
Right.
Would some responsibility fall onto the referee in that occasion?
Yeah,
Or would there be a physician on the sideline? Which ground does that fall into? Is that
best case scenario, there should be at least first aid personnel or not necessarily a team doctor, like some of the better clubs might have around here, but there's usually some EMT or some personnel there, to oversee that stuff in case the referee isn't keen to seeing all the injuries or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So they definitely looked at him too and agreed with me.
Okay, perfect.
But there definitely could be some liability there. I'm going to always trust the doctor.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think what heals all concussions is a little taste of Miller High Life.
Hey, there you go. There you go. I think Miller High Life will really stand by that claim as well.
They definitely make us take a concussion awareness course too. When we do our SIP, like you guys do as players, we have certain extra responsibilities we do on top of that. One's a concussion awareness, another's a USA Safe Sport thing. So there's some extra things when we...
Because, I do feel in America, the American sports are bang on the buzzer when it comes to concussions and whatnot. I know, Pat, and obviously Derek Newbarry are going to have to drink now. You're a soccer fan, right?
Correct.
And you support Tottenham.
Yes.
And I remember a case maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I'd been living in America, and everyone was on about concussion protocol. And if someone shows symptoms, especially it's so hard in American football, everyone's wearing a helmet. You can't really see what's going on.
Right.
He could be laying down, I'm hurt, or he could be out cold. You don't really know.
Yeah.
But in soccer, if you remember, the Tottenham goalkeeper, Hugo Lloris, went to dive at the ball, got a knee to the head, was out cold for about a minute, and was allowed to play on. And people were then saying afterwards, this was so bad. England is so behind in concussion protocols. So I'm glad that you do take courses, because obviously rugby, it is a contact sport.
Yeah.
Injuries can happen,
Yeah, I know definitely at the top levels they have the HIA, the head injury assessment for rugby, and I know that I've heard them talk about it like a similar thing with soccer, since the subs are so limited. 3 as compared to the 8 in rugby. So I know something they've talked about trialing in soccer. I don't think they have, as far as
I don't think they have. I think it really...
It's something good to think about.
It is. At least they're having the conversation. I guess that's the first step.
Right.
There's another case, if you remember, Peter Cech, the goalkeeper for Chelsea.
Yeah, that's why he wears the scrum cap now.
Always wore a scrum cap, but his skull was indented. Someone kneed him in the head again.
I remember reading an article about that incident way back. Read the article about 5 years, but I know it's a lot older. He's worn that scrum cap forever. I think I probably saw him wearing a scrum cap before I saw a rugby player wearing one.
Sure,
it's just like his trademark. His trademark thing is the goalkeeper looks kind of different out there.
Yeah, exactly.
On the football field.
So, Pat, going back to your playing career, you're obviously, and we're going to touch a lot on the refereeing and how you're improving with that and how that's changed in your career. But talk us back to your playing day. So you did the 4 years in Allegheny. Fell in love with the sport. We kind of stopped you there. You went up concentrating on baseball. Yeah,
definitely. Baseball tryout career didn't work out. I'm still involved with rugby to this day due to that. So small school, you got to recruit everywhere. I actually got recruited at an intramural dodgeball game.
Oh, nice.
Who got it? Gator understands. Chip Moon.
Oh,
it's one of those, like Derek was saying, Chip Moon. One name, Chip Moon. The team was just starting back up my freshman year. They maybe had a scrimmage or something the year before when Chip was a freshman. And, small N-scroll school, you'll recruit basically anywhere.
Yeah.
So they saw me at a dodgeball. dodgeball game. I was probably playing with my hall. My hall had a team.
Sure.
Freshman year was second week of class. I think we were playing on a Monday night, dodgeball. And like most people's stories go, I practiced the next day, I practiced Thursday, and I started on Saturday.
There you go.
Because we took 16 guys to Geneva or something like that, and I guess I wasn't the worst.
Yeah.
So I started.
You started, nice.
Yeah. Someone else, they were the worst, so they had to be on the bench.
So
But I wasn't last, so I started.
I heard back in your day, you guys were a pretty powerful team.
Yeah, we were pretty decent. The scouting efforts at dodgeball and other places like that, we built up the team pretty well. I believe we were associate members in the ARU back when that was then the college teams were in the ARU.
Gotcha. Yeah.
My freshman and sophomore year, we were an associate team. They kind of made you play a schedule first, like scrimmages and friendlies before they let you in the league. Just kind of show your worth before they gave you a league schedule and everything. So we held all our home dates, held all our away dates. Our freshman sophomore year didn't do too great. But we were playing our matches. We were traveling. We were holding up all our fixtures with the other sides. So come my junior and senior year, we were in the ARU. Right. We actually won the league both years. But then we built a really good team, and we all kind of from my sophomore year to junior year. When Chip and those players a year above me were seniors, that's kind of when we clicked right when we were getting in the league. It was great timing.
Was Chip like a Derek Neubauer? Like, the way Derek was saying, like, he joined and then, like, he became club captain, president within, like, 2 years. Chip was, like, a big recurring feature in Allegheny?
Yeah, he was definitely the face of Allegheny rugby.
Could we get Chip on the podcast?
Maybe. Well, one time I met him in college, I said, "Hey man, what's up?" And I had met him before, and he acted like he didn't know me. So
maybe he did know you.
Yeah. Maybe he was the one guy whose name I had heard that was older.
Okay.
Yeah, he was
definitely. Is he still a player?
He played for Pitt City a few years right after college, but he no longer lives in Pittsburgh, as far as I know.
We played against him at one of those West Virginia tournaments.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's no longer in the region. I'm not sure if he kept playing when he left the region, but when he was here, he was a back then they only had D2. He was a D2 city player. He was a real good player. But yeah, he was like the figurehead of the team. Definitely, there wasn't a coach requirement then, but he was essentially our coach. He did all the admin stuff too. He was kind of like jack of all trades for the club, and a lot of the reason for our success.
You had a guy that almost made the Eagles too, right?
I'm not sure if he got that far, but he was definitely like when I got to college, I didn't know how he was in college. He was just like the way he looked.
What's his name?
Travis, is that your talking about? Played inside center for us. Like shaved head, tattoos.
A man amongst boys.
18-year-old me was like. Yeah. Just glad he was on my team and not facing off against him.
Wetzel said he used to just, no matter how cold it was, take shirts off and just do push-ups while looking at the other team.
Yeah, he was just the guy
to intimidate them. Bit of mind games.
Yeah. All he wore was his kit was shorts, jersey, boots. So he never long sleeve, never. He was just a machine.
Nice. Yeah. So you did the 4 years, obviously. You enjoyed the rugby, Pat. You became the president. And no one's really doing that unless they don't enjoy it. You cared about the team. You were putting in some, not only hours on the rugby field, the training field, but then off the field, in the office, as they say as well. You then, after you graduated, you returned to the South Pittsburgh Hooligans. Or you'd never played with them again. Were you one of the guys who would, in summers, come down and played a few sevens?
Yeah, I would mess around with South Pitt in the summer for sure. I actually knew of South Pitt and rugby before I went to college. Never thought I'd play in college, but I went to Keystone Oaks High School. That's where they were practicing when I was in high school. So I'd see them down there. I'm just a fan of sport in general. So I was like, what are those guys doing over there? So looked up rugby, kind of had some knowledge of it.
Nice.
And then once I started playing in college, looked into them. Thought maybe I could keep my training going during the summers. So I wouldn't say not all 3 of the summers between my years at Allegheny, but definitely at least 2 of the 3, and picked up summer right after I graduated for sure. Yeah.
Nice. And then obviously you were a teammate of both Gator and myself.
Yes. We had some glory years together.
We did, didn't we? Yeah. And then Pat Feitt leaves and it all goes downhill.
Yeah, we went to shit when you left.
Yeah. I don't think those two correlate exactly, but
I do.
I'm not going to take any credit or blame, whichever way you want to say it, for the downfall.
I feel is we replaced one Allegheny legend with another one, and then the club just it went in a different way.
I'll get on board with that. That sounds good. Yeah.
And now